until the name Gary Oldman came up, and I thought I would definitely go and see Gary Oldman play Winston Churchill. And so that was really, the script and Gary were the two factors that made me really want to make this movie.
Gary, was it an easy decision? How? Because this is a large role to take on, I will say.
I didn't. It wasn't like when it was proposed to me the first time. I remember exactly where I was, and I laughed out loud because I thought if someone had said Buster Keaton or Stan Laurel, you know, I might have said, yeah, I can see that. But so it was. No, at first I was not going to ever go near it. It was, and never, please never bring it up again. And then I warmed to it, and I thought it would, you know, if you don't risk, you don't gain anything. And I thought it might be nice to walk out on the tightrope and give it go. You know, you're in the shadow of some very wonderful people that have played the role. But then again, I had that with Tinker. So in for a penny, in for a pound.
But I'm going to ask you about George Smiley, because I think you told something about a way into that character that was interesting and kind of unusual. That you figured George Smiley had to have the right pair of glasses, and you found this shop in Pasadena called Old Focals, where I get my glasses, but it was there we go, we have our Old Focal glasses. And I'm wondering if there was a path into Churchill that might have been unexpected for you, that it wasn't maybe about a way of walking, a way of talking. Was there a eureka moment or some little epiphany that you had that helped you figure out where you were to take the story?
Well, I've always been, I have been sort of fascinated with him, and I thought I knew more than I did once I started sort of really kind of digging in. But we've all got our own idea, I think, of what he was like and who he was, and people think he's probably, you know, he's much fatter than he was, or, you know, there's in time, over time, over his premiership, you know, there are lots of Churchills, but I think, like a lot of people, you know, you get an idea of someone, and my idea of Churchill, I think, was maybe influenced or contaminated by other people that had played Churchill. So the real key for me was not only the reading, but just finding as much footage and the material that I could lay my hands on. And I started to see, instead of this sort of lugubrious, curmudgeon, you know, tired guy, I saw in the footage that I watched was rather cherubic, with an energy, the way he sort of pushed through space. I mean, he skipped around, he was 65, but he wasn't as fat then as we think he was, or as bulky, and he had an athletic kind of real skip to his step. So it was the vibrancy and the energy of the man, the twinkle in the eye, the humour, that sort of, that was the thing that kind of got me hooked, you know. I mean, apart from around that, the reading, and the wonderful words that Anthony supplied.
Ben, I think there's a way in which most people think about the king, and the way in which he's been depicted, and the way in which Neville Chamberlain has been seen, the way in which he has been depicted. When you were talking to Joe about what you were going to do with the king, and where he was, and what he was up against, and where he was maybe in a little bit over his head, what were the conversations you had with Joe about what you wanted to do with the king?
Well, I think it's, first of all, I think it's very telling that I have no microphone. Just to prove to you that I can actually Sorry, Jack. Joe and I had quite a few conversations about His Royal Highness, and I think it's fair to say that we had differences of viewpoint from it and stuff. I mean, part of taking on the role of George is really about just making the case for him. But I mean, this is a guy who really wasn't supposed to be king. His brother was, the famous abdicator with one of your good countries, which we shan't talk about extensively here this evening. And he was a guy who found himself in that role. And look, Winston, as far as he was concerned, was crap. So, I mean, he was kind of worried. That'll do.